And welcome to day 14 of the Meanwhile Challenge. That's right, it's day 14. Shut up. Okay, yeah, I missed the day. We had a few family issues here last night, and Ash just bought me a new video game. There goes any plans I had for a while. You know, I think a problem with modern video games is they put a story in them. Back when you were playing Pac-Man, you just kept on playing until either you beat your high score or you got bored with it and walked away. But now, these things are mini movies. No, they're mini Netflix series. And although even if you're enjoying the video game or the gameplay of it, it's like you keep on trying to keep going and get through so you can see what happens in the next part of the story. People have lost chunks of lives doing that. And if you're playing World of Warcraft, they've lost big chunks of their bank account at the same time. So if you're watching Sunday's episode, you will see me talking about having a meeting about pitching a web series. The reason we were doing that was we were putting an application in for funding. We got that application in today. One part of that application that was required was a spec script. So I had to knock out a 15-page script in the last 5 days. I did it. I managed to get it completed. I'm actually quite happy with the script, except for the ending. I didn't really get around to writing that bit. Well, technically I did. It's like 2 paragraphs that just says the end. We're going to need a little bit more than that if we try to film it. But I managed to write all of it on my phone. My phone is just becoming indispensable to me. You know, I record Meanwhile on it, which is kind of why the quality of it's a little blah. I mean, I can see all the static and the grain over here. There's more grain in some of these videos than there is in your average wheat silo. With the Final Draft app, you know, I can write scripts while I'm on the train. I have moments where I think I should write scripts for this, but I think that's where the last episodes were letting me down. Probably wouldn't hurt for me to write down the occasional idea for this. I managed to get that entire script done in the last 5 days. Achievement unlocked. It's kind of interesting how, I was about to say the creative process, but just how my head works sometimes when I'm writing and where I'm trying to come up with a story. I will have a basic for a story idea, or be wanting to write a script about something and just won't be able to write it for weeks. Literal weeks. I'll sit down and try and write it and just can't get through it, can't get to a story point, can't, keep getting stuck on moments. And so I'll just leave it festering up here. Then all of a sudden one day I'll sit down at the keyboard and start writing. And the whole story just unfolds. It's amazing. It literally surprises myself how that works sometimes. Wow, I sound like a tool saying that out loud. I got to admit, it does. I'm always really surprised when I sit down and start writing and it just flows the way it does. Wish I did that every time I sat down to write. Might have finally finished that goddamn feature script by now. Yeah, that's a whole thing. So I still have to make up for missing an episode. So since it's the weekend and the next video I make will be number 15, maybe I'll put a little bit of effort into it. Then again, maybe I won't.